What becomes creepy if you're too good at it? Remembering things. Constantly have to remind myself not to mention the stupid small interactions I've had with that person some 10 to 15 years ago. Because it's super weird to remember that sort of thing when they don't. Lol, same. I just don't forget any interactions I have. So I try to separate the things that are normal to remember from the things that aren't. Lockpicking. This is the lockpicking lawyer. Got a nice click out of 2. Recalling random facts about people that they mentioned in passing years ago. I had a friend who did this. Constantly stuck his nose into other people's business and remembered everything. It was really disturbing. Those hidden role party games like Mayfair or Werewolf. Either you lose or you win at manipulating and lying to your friends. It's always awkward when you're genuinely an open and truthful individual, but you turn out to be the most manipulative son of a bitch in your social circle during games like those. It lets your friends know that, though you have the capacity to lie to their face and make it seem like the truth, you don't. Which means that if they ever need someone to cover for them in a lie, they know you will be able to do it flawlessly. Burying bodies. Gravedigger, sure. You can tell yourself that. Being correct about things before it happens. Time travelers. They are so creepy. Identifying scents and smells. I've met a few guys who claimed they could always smell when a woman was on her period, just from their sweat and breath. Yeah, those guys did not have a lot of female friends. I have a similar sense of smell, but I also have the sense to not mention it too much. Yeah, that'd be difference between creepy and not. I'm an expert of silent walking. I'm the goddess of stealth, but that makes people wonder why. I just use socks. Tying knots. For some people it's creepy. For others it's a dream. Username checks out. Knowing the age of consent laws. Don't worry, I read the laws very carefully. Cleaning oddly specific stuff and always being right. Knew a guy who always knew exactly how to clean anything, and it would always work. Like randomly specific things. Got to the point where I wouldn't ever question it and just accepted it. This just sounds like someone that worked in a motel. Remembering things your colleagues told you. Knowing their birthday or the name of their kids. That's cool, you are the guy who actually listens when they talk. Remembering that their niece's 3rd degree should be coming over this weekend from abroad, and that she will arrive at the train at 2 PM, and that she will wear a yellow dress. And you are the creep who is a little bit too interested. Bitch, I just remember stuff you told me. Using bow and arrows after spending 5 years on a deserted island called Lion U. Okay, Oliver. Oh, I see you are a man of culture as well. Also, happy cake day. Staring contests. Did you try competing against a fish? If you catch a fish and it blinks, what you have might be a liar. I think somebody who was really good at suturing, but they had no medical training. That would be concerning. Not if they're a seamstress. Remembering porn titles. What was the name of the one where the guy ducked the girl and came on her face? I think that is title itself. I'm one of those people who can smell if someone has Parkinson's. Sometimes even if they don't know it yet. What does it smell like? I've heard that dogs can smell cancer, but never this. Earthy/rancid, unwashed, unpleasant. Closest thing would be hobos on the street. As in someone who didn't get to wash his clothes for a long time. It's just recently that they found out that some people can smell it, and they used it to develop some new detection methods. I actually noticed a long time ago, but didn't realize the significance of it. Imitate people, imitate people, imitate people. Lockpicking. Getting children to trust you, and convincing people to do things. Are you Catholic or a Bethesda character? I'm me. Handling a knife. Running on all fours. Not really sure if it's more creepy or just plain weird. You're walking in the woods, there's no one around, and your phone is dead out of the corner of your eye. You spot him, Sheer BF. He's following you. About 30 feet back he gets down on all fours and breaks into a sprint. He's gaining on you. Sheer BF. You're looking for your car, but you're all turned around. He's almost upon you now. And you can see there's blood on his face. My god. There's blood everywhere. Finding personal details on internet. Had her internet details go bye-bye. The worm. Urethral massage. Interesting. Changing my voice to mimic a young child's. People who know I can do this have all said 120% creepy. Particularly creepy, considering you're a snail. Years of hard work. Getting people to leave you alone. Remembering details and moments. Digging holes, brother. If you have really good hearing, suddenly everyone thinks you're psychic. People will be discussing something in another room, and then continue their conversation when they come into the room where I am. And I'll just join in, as though I've been there the whole time. My husband hates this, and he'll pretend that he was talking about something else to try and throw me off. 100% this. I can hear everything that happens in my house. Know who's in what room and their conversations. I just don't bring it up anymore cause it definitely creeped people out around me. It was just something that I noticed others either didn't or have bad hearing. Everyone walks differently, so picking up on footsteps was easy. Yeah. Then there's like, if you at an even/party, I like to help in the kitchen, but can hear all the kids outside and all the adults over here, and someone will walk up to me and ask, have you seen so and so? And I'll be like, he told another kid about 7 minutes ago that he had to pee, but now he's playing in the back bedroom. And they're always like, oh. All surprised, but go check and see that I'm right. I think my favorite is when my husband's been drinking too much and hanging out with the neighbors. They all turn into little kids and I have to run out there and shove him back inside. When he's been drinking he likes to fall asleep in his recliner in the living room, and he thinks that it'll make it easier for him to try and sneak out of the house. As quietly as he can he'll remove the chain from the door, and I'll shout from the bedroom, telling him to either get in his chair, come to bed. He's always so mad and pouts like a child. Contortion. Lying. The theoretical disposal of corpses. Google lol. That's a vital skill for a software developer. Being lonely. Hacking. Speaking from experience. Having a photographic memory, I can remember so many small details and so many people in my life that I've met only once. I actually weirded someone out with this one time. I went to visit my high school 10 years after I graduated and was talking with the assistant superintendent. He told me, I think I was assistant principal when you were here, and I quickly corrected him and said, oh, no, you were the activities coordinator. He gave me the weirdest look when I said that, and as soon as I said that I thought, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Apostrophe. Wait, why did you think you shouldn't have said that? He got creeped out? Yeah, it showed that, despite the fact he and I barely interacted, and that he didn't know me, I knew exactly what job he had when I was a student at the school. I'd think that was creepy if someone I barely knew was aware of that. Walking quietly. Finding people online. Finding information on anything or anyone. Being very flexible in your joints. Like I can put my feet behind my head and I can confirm it scares the shit out of people. Can also help you on a date, I hear. Well, more if the date gets hot and steamy. Also nice username. It's nice to see another Draco. Perception. Being able to figure out everyone's greatest fears without even trying. When I say greatest, I have this theory that everyone has one great and almost hidden fear that motivates them in life. Close bracket. Oh. What's mine? Polar bears. Next question. Being able to remember only gruesome dreams in perfect detail. Sneaking up on people. Geographer. Situational awareness. Disappearing in the middle of something important. Anything involving children. Skinning animals. I say the hardest part is just getting it going. Like those first cuts. Once you start moving the skin down, it's like hot knife through butter. If you need more leverage, tie a rope to the animal's hooves/feet. Toss it over a banister to hang them in the air. Now you can simply thrust in and pull down with maximum force. You probably want to have a sheet down below for the entrails though. Killing the kids you stored in your basement. Purple guy, that you? Staring through windows of random people's houses. Being silent when entering a room. I'm a sleep tech, so I have learned to step quietly and just generally make no noise. Both my roommate and my husband get really creeped out by my silence. Both usually wake up to any noise, but I've been able to go unnoticed regularly. I also enter rooms so silently when they are awake that I scare the hell out of them when they notice me. I've started purposely adding noise to my steps or clearing my throat when I come around, so I stop scaring people. Hide and seek. Acting creepy. People start looking at you wondering if you are a really good actor or are in face just creepy. It's creepy AF when they do that. Guessing someone's age. Learning people's behaviors and patterns. Not that I stalk anyone, but quite the opposite. Gotta learn them enough to systemically avoid them. Planning murders. I have 2 plans. An accomplice and a few people in mind also listening, cause then everyone thinks you're a creepy shit for listening to everyone's conversations. No S, mine just have no friends and listen to gossip on how you sent your nudes to your BF and they got shown to his friends. Photoshop. Guessing where someone is at any given time. Where am I? At home. Getting ready for the incident. Throwing knives. Noticing differences in people's actions. For example, why are you putting your shoes on first? You always pet the cat before putting on your shoes. Is something wrong? Knowing someone's habits. I think the more intimately you know someone, the more acceptable or even endearing it can be. But even then, there's a line. Predicting what people will say or think next. I read people really well. So after I spent some time around someone, I can normally finish their sentences or thoughts. I've been told to get out of friends and family members' heads on more occasions that I can count. Knowing a lot of facts about children's cartoons. Not as creepy if they're from, like, 35 years ago. Edit, good god. Was 1990 really 30 years ago? Accurately being able to immediately read people and their intentions. Same. Spotting someone through a window from the other side of the street. Being a creep. INF1 up tricks. Staring contests. Tracking. My dad taught me, but now I lead, and he's always amazed. Tying a noose. Eating popsicles. Reading faces. I know it seems obvious, but it makes it seem like I know my friends better than they know themselves. My friend will walk over to me and I'll say, "You just lost an argument, didn't you?" He says, "Yeah, how can you tell?" He'll say, "Your face says so," and he gives me a look as if I'm stalking him, lol. Predicting death in those chronically sick. I'm talking months, weeks or even days. My family member was passing, and I told the whole family 3 days. It happened. It is also creepy ASF, and I have been wrong twice in 16 years. Effortless memorizing the Facebook profiles of people you've never met, then regaling them with that information when you do finally meet them. Depth perception. Cleaning. Playing my piano while staring at people. I said I'm the one who's gonna stare at you, Deborah. Sneaking in on someone. Sneaking up on people. Lucid dreaming. Eye contact. Using a knife. Being able to use a pocket knife to cut open boxes and trim loose strings. Handy. Being able to use the same knife to field dress the gifts that the cat brings home. What the hell? Remembering minor details about people. Serial killing. At what point is your incompetence at this endearing? Only endearing if somebody was forced to be incompetent and had it taken from them. Kidnapping. Getting stains out of carpets. Locking doors. Petting things. Spice Girl trivia. Babysitting. Finding a porn based of the comments. Walking quietly. Digging holes. Hiding bodies. Being silent as a ninja until I do something that freaks you out just to give me a good laugh. Remembering certain things in life. Voice acting same lines from movies/shows to a T. Sounding just like the actor of the character. And my super duper rare physic abilities that come and go at unknown events in life that will freak the person who I do it to out in total surprise. I hear things without paying attention at my job. Had a guy ask where the bathroom was from 15 feet away. I answered his question, and he had a hard time hearing my answer and was visibly shook I had answered him. At the time I was on my phone laughing at a meme in a busy emergency room. Being creepy. Lockpicking. Walking quietly and remembering personal information about people. Dissolving a human body with some sodium hydroxide tends to freak people out after a few times. I'd argue that this one's creepier if you're not good enough at it. Like, having a half sludge half corpse in the attic is way creepier than having done the job entirely. Hey, thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe.